So last week we talked about them discovering this flying saucer. This week we're going to get back into where the cover-up begins. So, show me them boobies!
It's evil! Don't touch it!
It's alive!
I was with you.
They're coming to get you.
Power of Christ.
This is
Me?
Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
That would be hmfppod@gmail.com for Zach's wishes to come true there.
Oh, but goddamn, there's a camera in here. They're watching me.
Welcome back.
Don't put it out with your boot, Todd!
Oh, welcome back, guys. Zach, how's it going?
Let me tell you, Matt.
Yeah.
Work sucked this week, but it's a weekend
Work
for me.
sucks. I know.
Yeah, shut up. Anyway, my kid's going to homecoming, and she's got like at least 2 kids over here, and they're like just keep dunk 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 down the hallway.
Yep, that's
So
how
if
that
you hear
goes.
some dunk 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 dunk. I'm sorry.
That's what it is.
So it's gonna be a late night for me.
You know how you solve that problem, don't you?
Cut their legs off.
No.
Oh, that'd solve it as well. It might actually be louder.
No.
What's that?
Tell them to get the fuck out of your house.
Yeah,
Can't do that yet. No.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you can.
you can. It just won't work.
She's got a fucking car. Let her sleep in it.
Todd, the difference between you and me is I've been married for 21 years and you have not.
Andy, how are you
Zach,
doing?
Hey, Zach, you know the difference between you and me?
What's up?
You don't hear dunk, dunk, dunk.
I'll take the dog, motherfucker.
Okay. Lindy, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh, yeah, great. There's no dunks going on right now, so.
At Matt's house, it's more like dong, dong, dong. That's the sound that you said that banging in the strong. Dong, dong, dong. Anyway.
Keegan's at a birthday party. He told me, he's like, yeah, it's crazy. My buddy's got 2 birthdays. He gets 2 birthday parties. We're like, what? Yeah, his parents are divorced, so he gets 2.
2 birthday parties, 2 Christmases, 2 Thanksgivings. Kid's got a mate.
Yeah. I was like, Keegan, does that sound like something good to you? He goes, no, I don't think I'd like it. I was like, okay, good.
And there are some of us who don't know what it's like to just have one.
Yeah.
That in like 2 years, tell him is like, well, that kid's definitely old enough to drive now, so tell him to come pick your ass up.
Yep.
If he's got 2 birthdays every year. All right. You guys ready to rock and roll here?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Because I was going to ask Todd how he was doing, but if you read his mug, you already know what's going
Show
on
that
over
mug
there.
one more time. Show that ugly mug. What does that say for those just listening, Todd?
Sorry. No habito. Fuck Dardo.
That's how it's said.
That's how it's
Right
said.
there.
All right, so last week we got into the crash at Roswell, discovered by some rancher. Goes into town, tells the sheriff all about it, and then Andy, he tells Opie to go over and fetch the army boys. And so they tell Lassie they fell in
Get
the
the
well,
bullet out.
and then they go fetch the army boys, and so the army says, okay, they come and they pick this stuff up. They make this announcement to the press that, hey, we got a flying saucer. And then immediately afterwards they say, hey, we're just kidding. It's not a flying saucer. It's just a weather balloon.
We're fooling y'all. This is jokes.
These are jokes. So this is where we're going to get into where the cover-up begins right now. So, buddy,
Point of order. One thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have always tried to explain this to people when they think of widespread government conspiracy. How many people at their job really like their boss or like their coworkers? I mean, if you only have 10 people in an office, there's probably one, if not two, that are just like, fuck this place, fuck these people.
I'm usually that guy. And I actually like 90% of my coworkers.
So, in trying to, in a true the government box, okay, have a conspiracy, it's almost truly impossible because you can't control that one person being pissed off and being a whistleblower. Fuck my boss. I'm blowing this shit up, okay?
Right.
So almost every single instance from this point forward that you will hear about any of these type of things happening, okay? Because if you have a debris field that is a mile long, imagine how many people were out there picking up fucking pieces.
I left half the story out just to keep it short. There were actually 2 separate crash sites.
The point I'm trying to make is that every time you will hear of extraterrestrial things or flying craft or anything else, it is always the military that is responding and making statements. Surely because they control those people and what they can or can't say with a lot of prison time, if not treason and death.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying, Todd, is if you look up where the term conspiracy theory came from,
Is this the catalyst here?
you'll find that is very closely tied to the CIA. Okay. For those just listening, Todd just holds his
Mug
cup
up.
up and says, sorry, no hablo, fucktardo. Anyway, I'm going to get into this now.
Okay.
So by the end of July 8th, this is 5 days after the crash, 1947. The Roswell incident seemed like it was over. The U.S. Army had reversed its original claim, stating that the wreckage wasn't a flying saucer, but a weather balloon. The newspapers...
They didn't reverse anything. They clarified.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, so the newspapers run with the story, and most people just think, okay, that's the end of it. Okay. But for a lot of people, the rapid shift of the military's explanation felt, well, it was a little off.
Mm-hmm.
So...
A little forced, maybe?
And they're like, oh, okay, so how the fuck did they go from announcing they'd recovered a flying disc to saying, oh, it was just a balloon in less than 24 hours? And this backpedaling, coupled with the strange nature of the debris found by the rancher Mac Brazel, left this lingering sense of suspicion. So everybody's like, okay, so what are they hiding then? And for the rest of the country, the story might have died down, but in Roswell, and especially for the people that were directly involved, they were like, okay, wait a minute, we still have some questions. I'm going to raise my hand here. So let's go back to Major Jesse Marcel. He's the intelligence officer who had examined the wreckage at first. Years later, he would publicly express his doubts about the official explanation. He would claim that the materials he'd found in the Foster Ranch were not from any weather balloon or any radar device. And he recalled the strange lightweight metal that couldn't be bent, torn, and also the beams with the symbols that resembled hieroglyphics. And none of it made sense to him, and none of it fit in with the whole weather balloon narrative. And he was one of the few that had actually handled the debris before it was sent off to Fort Worth for inspection. And he believed that the material photographed and shown in the press was not the same as what he had recovered. And he said, many years later that, yeah, they switched this material out, and he would always wondered what happened to the original wreckage. And he was stated on record that it was not anything from this earth. So you've got the military sudden reversal of the story. You have a key witness, one of their own intelligence officers saying that, this is what he saw, and it did not match the official explanation. So here we got a cover-up, right? But it's not just him. Over the years, there's other people who were involved in the initial stages of the investigation that would come forward with their own memories, like Sheriff George Wilcox, the local sheriff, who the rancher Brazel reported this to. Wilcox's family later claimed that he was instructed by the military to stay quiet about what he knew. And according to his family, he was threatened and warned that if he talked, both he and his family would face serious consequences.
Just probably not in that order.
Yeah. And then we go to Mac Brazel, the guy who found this shit, right? After bringing this material to Roswell, he reportedly found himself under a lot of scrutiny. The military allegedly held him for several days at the base, at which time he was questioned and perhaps pressured to change his story. And when he finally was released, he was noticeably different, quiet, withdrawn, seemed unwilling to discuss what he had found, and it was like he had been silenced. Not only this, but this guy was fucking dirt poor. Didn't have 2 fucking nickels to rub together. But he shows back up at the ranch in a brand new fucking truck. And he says he's quitting to start his own fucking ranch. And heads off to Colorado.
He's developed
Where the fuck
a
do you get that
twitch.
money?
He's developed twitch around sudden movements and loud noises.
Yeah. So all this strange behavior from these people involved, coupled with the quick and decisive story from the military, only fueled more rumors. And everybody's like, okay, so what the fuck is this all about? But if we take a step back and we just say, okay, so why would the military go to these lengths to cover up what they found at Roswell? Was it about protecting national security? Todd's like, fuck you, motherfucker. Was it because we were still, locked in to the beginnings of the Cold War? Were they worried about some sensitive military technology being mistaken for alien crafts? Because this was at a time when the U.S. and the Soviet Union were engaged in high-stakes aerial surveillance. What I do know is it wasn't a fucking weather balloon.
Right.
That whole explanation, it doesn't cover it. The timing of that announcement, right after they said, it's a fucking UFO. Wait, no, it's not. It's a balloon. So let's fast forward, to the 1970s. And this thing resurfaces again. With the rise of UFO culture and the increased public interest in government secrecy, Jesse Marcel's claims begin to gain a lot of traction. He gives a lot of interviews, including one to a UFO researcher named Stanton Friedman, in which he openly contradicts the military's official stance, and he insists that what he found was not of this world and that a deliberate cover-up had taken place. And he wasn't alone. Very soon, a lot more witnesses, including military personnel, began coming forward with their own accounts, of which added to the growing belief that the government had been hiding something from the public since 1947. So Roswell's back in the spotlight.
Probably should have got him a new truck every year for the rest of his life. Is what they should have done. Maybe.
Wow.
If I
Marcel
say anything, they'll
actually-
take my truck back.
The rancher guy, he ended up committing suicide.
Or suicided.
Or he was suicided, yeah. Apparently he had suicidal tendencies. So the government backtracked 2 or 3 times. They changed their story 2 or 3 times about this. And then in 1994, the U.S. Air Force released a new report acknowledging that the weather balloon explosion had been a cover story. but they did not admit to a UFO. Instead, they claimed that the wreckage had come from a top-secret program known as Project Mogul, an initiative that used high-altitude balloons to detect nuclear tests by the Soviet Union. And according to the Air Force, this debris found near Roswell was not from a weather balloon, but it was from one of these Mogul experimental balloons. Todd's like, doo-doo-doo.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I did have one thing to throw in there. I think Suicidal Tendencies is going to be with Metallica and Pantera on the next tour that comes around.
Really? That'll be
Pretty
fun.
sweet. I wouldn't mind seeing. Yeah.
Suicidal Tendencies is super fun to watch.
Oh yeah. That'd be great.
Mike is very high energy. Anyway,
Are they, though? I mean, how old are they now?
Mike still moves around that stage and gets thrown around that stage like he is 20.
Kid again.
Man, good on him.
He-
Good on him.
When I saw them, that he literally got thrown out into the crowd. Like, it was intense, but it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
A few thousand people riding to the arena on their freaking skateboards too. That's awesome.
With their hats flipped up.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Bring back the old school.
All right,
And
so
he
Welcome
is
to
totally the
the
nicest
Church
guy.
of Suicidal.
nice.
Because I actually got to meet him. I've got pictures with him.
Neat.
All right, back to UFOs. So, for the UFO believers, this Project Mogul explanation felt like a little. It was like this is too little, too late. So, after decades of suspicion and conflicting accounts, many had already made up their minds that Roswell wasn't a crash; it was the crash, the one that proved we are not alone. So here we are. It's 80 years after the event. It remains one of the most debated and talked about mysteries in modern history. Was it a weather balloon? Was it just a military experiment that went wrong? Was it fucking aliens? Was it a goddamn flying saucer?
Okay, well, since this is like the 8th, it was just the weather balloon story that we've done.
Yeah. That's the
Sure, it
majority.
wasn't just a weather balloon.
Weather
but-
balloons, swamp gas, one of the two, a combination
Yeah.
of both.
Yeah. What do you think?
It
You
was
think a weather balloon?
Mercury in retrograde.
Okay.
I think.
Was microwave turned on too high?
Yeah. I was trying to get that last couple kernels to pop in that bag before I shut them up. I think it was a government experiment that went south on accident.
You think?
Testing out something new and, yeah.
I don't. I think it was real.
Do you think it was actual UFO?
Yeah.
And that,
Um,
I want to believe. And that kind of helped us out on our way with our new aircraft that we were building.
And every technological advancement we've had since the 1940s.
Of which there have been a great deal.
Yeah.
There was actually an air fryer found on board. No,
You got that wrong, Matt. It was an Xbox. Anyway.
Xbox. Okay.
Yeah. So this legacy has only grown over time. It's evolved into one of the most famous enduring mysteries in American and even perhaps global history. It sparked decades of debate, inspired books, documentaries, movies, and shaped the cultural understanding of UFOs and extraterrestrial life.
That was the way I'd do it.
I don't know if you have taken a chance to watch all the congressional hearings on UFOs.
I have heard bits and pieces here and there.
Okay. Have you seen the Tic Tac video?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Todd, have you seen the Tic Tac video? He can neither confirm nor deny.
He seen it just different than you did.
I have seen that on YouTube.
There you go. There we go. Clarified.
I answer that question. How about you, Wendy? Have you seen that?
I didn't even know. I don't know what a Tic Tac video is.
Well, it's not a candy.
Well, if you were interested in more than people that do horrible fucking shit in this world, you might.
Yeah. Come on, lady. Let's get on board. Come on.
Says my best friend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Favorite UFO movie? Matt, go.
Oh boy. Favorite UFO movie. Was it Fire in the Sky? Probably.
That was it was not real.
Maybe it was Close Encounters. I can't. Which one had the dude from Jaws in it?
Close
Close
Encounters.
Encounters.
Okay, maybe
Richard
that was
Dreyfuss.
it. Yeah, Richard Dreyfuss. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be the one then. Fire in the Sky was the guy, the lumberjacks, like, right? That the one got taken away. Was
Yeah,
it?
we did a whole episode on him.
Yeah. Okay.
Travis Walton.
Yeah.
Lindy, you probably don't watch alien movies, do you?
Yeah, I watched some. Does Flight of the Navigator count?
Oh, I didn't know we could go that way. Wait, like
Technically counts, yeah.
Empire, then.
You fucking asshole. That's what I was going to say.
Has anybody seen Communion?
I have not. My dad read that book whenever I was a kid. He was reading it because I just remember the cover of it, and I did not like the cover of that when I was a kid. I was just like, ooh. It just had the alien head on it.
It was creepy. I'm trying to think how I'm going to wrap this up because
Did they make a full movie about that actually followed the story? I know
Yeah.
I thought they did some that were like just based on it, but I didn't know if they did one that
Communion
actually
had I Need More Cowbell, Christopher Walken in it. He was
Oh,
the lead
okay.
character. Yeah.
You're talking to my
Who
man
is-
all wrong.
Also involved in a murder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
In case you didn't know.
Christopher Walken? Of course he is. He's
What?
talking to my guy all wrong.
Talking to
Lindy.
my guy all wrong.
Lindy. Just one. Just one. Just one. We don't need
Just
to
for
know
what?
that shit.
I
If you don't know the story,
I'm gonna look it up now.
if you don't know the story, then you are not a movie buff.
All right.
Even I know this fucking story,
I don't remember it.
You're
and I don't
missing.
watch movies.
We're talking about aliens and UFOs, and you're like, killed somebody.
He's
Well-
involved in the disappearance of a human being.
There you go.
Yes,
Okay.
so's Robert
Okay.
Wagner and fucking. You know.
Was it on a boat?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay, okay.
Roswell
All right.
has
It's
become
starting
a
to come
center
back.
for alien tourism with annual festivals, the UFO Museum, and a thriving industry catered to believers and skeptics alike. To some, it just seems like a fleeting moment in history. To others, it's a phenomenon that still captures the imagination of people to this day.
And I grew up in a small town, so you know what that would be like if you was from a small town and something like that happened. You're going to talk about it for 50 years. This is
Yeah. Never gonna live down.
no.
Forever.
I will end it
Yeah.
like this. Most recently, during the congressional hearings that I just mentioned earlier, 3 military veterans, David Grush, Ryan Graves, and David Fravor, all testified in Congress during these hearings on UFOs on July 24, 2023. Grush, who was a former Air Force intelligence officer, claimed that the U.S. government has operated a secret multi-decade reverse engineering program of recovered vessels.
Okay.
He also stated that the U.S. has recovered non-human biologics from alleged crash sites. Along with these 3 gentlemen, another guy named Luis Elizondo, who was a former United States Army counterintelligence special agent, and former employee of the Office of the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence, also states in his book, Imminent Inside the Pentagon's Hunt for UFOs, that he was recruited by the Pentagon to manage security and counterintelligence for a deeply classified UFO-related research program. And through his involvement in this program, he discovered the cover-up and that the U.S. government is aware of UFOs and non-human intelligent life, the Roswell incident, and other crash retrievals, including recovers of biologicals, alien abductions, and alien implants, and that the government is in possession of biologicals and crash retrievals.
Todd's worried the smoking man's going to be standing behind him for too long.
Holy fucking shit, UFOs real.
I believe they are. Yeah.
So,
Unidentified flying objects are 100% real.
Yep.
If they're from outer space is the question.
Yeah. We're from under the
we
sea.
call them UAPs now.
Under the sea.
Unidentified aerial phenomena. Or also
I will,
underwater.
Yeah.
I will offer this up. Very simple. Are there things that we can't explain that most likely were not created by human beings? Are there a lot of things based off of that people see and maybe record that are based off of things that were not made by human beings?
I'm going to go with yes.
I love your explanation. That was beautiful, Todd. Thank you. Things that make you go,
Yep.
bullshit.
What the?
You know, I mean, yeah, there's aliens. But what do I know about that?
No.
Well, that's it, guys. I wanted to break that up so people wouldn't be like, so anyway.
I can neither
Yep,
Confirm.
we got it.
nor deny
Nor.
anybody else's statements in this episode, nor my own.
I believe you just said that I was right. I don't know. What?
Hypothetically speaking, who knows?
Right.
I know news.
I
US
want to
government.
believe.
Shadow knows.
Don't we all?
Okay. We'll never. Well, maybe one day we'll know.
I doubt
Eh,
it.
We already,
Not in our lifetime.
yeah.
we already do.
Yeah.
Some of us.
Some do.
All right, Todd, I'm going to buy a giant bottle of whiskey, and you're going to spill the fucking beans.
When we see you next month. Oh, sorry.
Next month.
I'm counting that it's already October. Just don't mind me.
Oh, I see what you said. Okay.
So you're talking about
'Cause
me
2 weeks from now.
going to Utah.
Yeah.
Going to Utah.
I was like, fuck, what's going on now that you fuckers are doing behind my back?
Nothing.
What dick pics am I getting now?
What
Another
do you
another
want
TikTok
now?
video. That's all it's gonna be.
As for deviled eggs, what do I get? The whole fucking chicken. Macaque!
That's what I hear you like. I hear you like the peacock.
Fuck, dude, I'm at this point in my life, I might as well go fucking gay.
Oh. Well, guys, that's all I've got. You got anything else?
No.
Apparently, God just wants a big cock.
All right.
I really don't want the cock, but I'll take the human. It's a, you know, if they want to snuggle and fucking do cool shit, fuck yeah, you know.
They want to snuggle and fuck and do cool shit. Got it.
You know.
It's a list.
If Diddy can do it, why can't I?
Well, let's not go there. Let's say that.
Oh boy. We'll do that episode next.
Whose turn is it next week?
Crystals.
Yeah.
Crystals.
That was supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. All right. Well, guys, thank you for hanging out. Muchos gracias. Sorry for the fucktardo episode. What do you think?
Go to Spotify to write a little something and,
By the way, I really loved the last Spotify review we got where it was like the audio is absolute dog shit.
Oh, no. Is it that bad? It doesn't sound that bad to me.
A couple episodes were. That's all right.
Oh, they were starting off early, then it's worse than dog shit. Yeah, so, yeah.
Fucking give us some money and we'll do better.
Right? Yeah. This is episode 100 and I don't know, something.
Mm-hmm.
100 and buck.
Yep.
We have gotten quite a few more views on Facebook, so keep that up, please. And if we get more views on Spotify, we have the potential to get sponsored, which would be fantastic for some great equipment.
And then you could hear us talk all over each other and better audio.
Loudly.
Well, also keep in mind that we're 4 people in completely different areas, and while we do have the master button pusher,
he sucks.
I can only do so much, people. Fuck off.
Exactly. He can only clean up our shit so much.
I only have one suck button I can unpush.
Yeah.
Oh no, we suck again.
This is the huge.
All right, man, do your thing.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next Tuesday. I am Spar.
I am Zach.
Lindy.
He can neither confirm
Nor deny who he is at this point in time.
His fingers work, though, at least the middle
They
ones.
certainly do.
Okay, nanu.
There we go. Later.
Bye.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
It's evil! Don't touch it!
I was you.
They're coming to get you.
Power of Christ.
This is Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
What's my line, Zach? What's my line?